Good morning.
Good morning to our sewing peeps out there. This is Linda and Lane from Sierra Sewing Quilting and Vacuums in Reno and Carson City, Nevada. And we are here today for What's New Wednesday, short and sweet. We got some new fabrics we're showing you today and another little new thing that we're doing today.
And a new kit.
Yes,
And a new kit.
Everything we show today is going to be 15% off from right this very moment until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, no matter what time you watch. So whenever you watch, remember to go in and do your shopping and you'll get 15% off. And while you're in there, you can look at our website and see what else we have for sale, because we have a lot of stuff on our website. So we have free shipping for anything $100 or more. And
you can also pick, if you are local, you can have your items either sent over to the Carson City store or you can pick them up here in the Reno store. So you got three choices. You can have it shipped or pick up at either store. So it makes it easy for you.
Yes, so please share us with your friends across the country. There's some storms going across the country.
Well, we're going to get one tomorrow.
We're going to get some snow tomorrow, and there's other storms going across the country. So it's absolutely beautiful, wonderful sew days.
Right?
I always love how they tell us that, oh, we're going to get 9 feet. And then it's like, you see the resorts and they're just like, yeah, we got 24 inches.
Right.
Like,
I know,
sweet.
I have to worry about tomorrow morning, make sure I leave on time.
The skiing.
The skiing.
Are you you're not skiing this weekend, are you? No, he's going.
No, but Michelle does want to go skiing on Valentine's Day, so we'll see.
There you go. Just her up in pink.
All right, so what else did we have to tell them?
Well, we mentioned about, sharing our video and hearting our videos, and if you're watching us via Facebook, that we love that. And for our ones who are watching on Facebook would rather watch us on YouTube, just want to let you know that you can watch there also. Some people didn't realize that we also had a YouTube channel where we not only do this live here, but there's tutorials that we've had on there for different things, and we add stuff all the time. So if you are an adamant Facebook user but didn't know about us on YouTube, we're there too.
Yes.
Sierra
So
Sewing.
any questions, comments, Jared is here, Carrie's here to help answer. Our phone number is right below if you have any other questions at any time, any day.
And I am going to put this out here also because I was at the Carson City store working yesterday, and we had a couple people call who didn't know that we had moved.
Oh.
So if you are one of those handful of people that did not realize that the original Carson City store on Topsy Lane is no longer there, it's because we moved. We're now 2 miles north.
Yes.
Down on Carson City Street. So if you have any questions about that, give us a call. But the Carson City store is now open. They're Tuesday through Saturday hours.
Okay.
Well,
so
let's
we'll
just
go
jump
ahead
right
and
in.
get started.
Yeah, let's hit it with our quilt that we have behind us.
This is such an oldie but goodie pattern. It's called the French
Roses. I'll
It's
show you the
been
kit.
around for, I would say, decades, wouldn't you, Carrie? It's been at least 20-some years.
And those are
But
the
we
fabrics.
made it up in this red, pink, and cream. And
It's the
like
French General.
the French General fabrics. And of course, these are my colors. I absolutely love this. And it's a technique where you cut the outer flower out and then the middle and the inner ones, and you sew them on top of each other. And then at the very end, you throw it in the wash. It's got what I call a rag finish around it, and then it just
Kind of fluffs.
Rags
so
out.
it's not applique. I mean, if you want to make it applique, you can.
Yeah.
Raw edge.
It's raw edge.
But
Thank
no,
you.
we didn't use any type of fusible. So there's no fusible on here. So it's not that kind of applique. But if you want to do that, you can. You can just
And
get
you
some
just
fusible
rough
netting.
sew around it. Granted, yes, you have to be within a certain amount.
Sure.
Between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch.
Well,
in.
and then more was sewn
But
down because of the quilting.
Yes, yes, it was. But it's not a technique where you got to be exact, or you ruin it. But yeah, it's
Not at all.
It's a simple one, and then just the cute little checkerboard borders.
And the binding is actually a pieced binding because you have your leftover pieces from the fabric that you used for the flowers and for the inner border. You will use the rest of it for your binding. So if you notice in the picture, if you can see it now, but in the picture or even online, you'll see that the binding around it is each one of the pieces of the roses, which makes it really kind of fun.
And how many times did you wash this, Carrie? Just one time?
Just once.
Okay, so this is one time. If you continue to wash it,
It'll rag up a little bit more and get more fluffy.
More fluffy. And we just used a solid red backing on ours. Our kit, which is how much?
It is $92.99 and it is a 57 by 57 finished quilt. So that is this size. We do have the fabrics also by the yard that you can purchase. So if you actually want to make it bigger, you just want to
Yes.
add more rows.
Yes.
You can make it bigger. So
Yes.
it's very easy to just grab more. And in fact, there is other colors that we did not put into the kit. So if you do want to make it bigger and you like to add more colors, there's more to pick from this collection of, I just now forgot, General. French General.
French roses and French general. so,
Exactly. It's kind of,
yeah, so.
but it's cute. Carrie did a wonderful job. I love it. I love the little flowers
And this
then
is
the
a
little
big
leaves.
enough size. I think it could be a lap quilt, a smaller one, but it could be for watching TV. But it's also, I look at it and think, oh, that'd be cute because it is roses, like a little girl's quilt.
Oh, yeah.
A baby quilt even. Even then, couldn't you see this in a nursery, a little bit on the side
On
of
the
the
a wall, little
Oh,
hanging
so
right there where they
cute.
hang
Yeah.
him above the crib. Yeah, that would
Yes.
be really cute.
Okay,
Size
so
is the original quilt?
The original quilt is 57 by 57. So
and the kit, as always, includes everything on the top, the pattern, and the binding.
and your binding is part of each one of the colors, each one of the pieces of fabric that you use for the roses and for the inner border. So you'll have strips left to then make your binding. So your strip binding is scrappy because of all the fabrics that are left out of it.
Okay.
All right, well, let's just
we
jump
go.
right in. So we got in a fun fishing line.
People have been asking for fish
been
again.
asking
and
for
it's-
fish?
It's hard to find the fish that we
Well, at
like.
least find one that we like.
Yeah.
So this one's cute. Has all the things that people who fish do, all the little flies, and this one says what, gone fishing on the lake. What's nice about this is that it is not directional, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Oh, there's some bass.
I don't know my fish. Are those really bass?
I
Those
think
are
s-
different fishes in there.
You know what, I'm probably the worst person to ask. I don't know. They look like bass to
But-
me.
Yes, they're a little more realistic looking.
And then this one has all of the hooks and flies. It's a good color. It is kind of it's a very warm cream background on these.
Now this one,
Those are kind of fun.
yeah, they're definitely fish. They're definitely fish. But when I look at them quickly from a distance, they could kind of look like sharks. So if you have a little one that's
Little
into
fin.
sharks, they could become sharks for them. A cute little pillowcase for.
And then
For
here's just one of
sharks.
the blenders that we brought in with it also. So this is really nice to do like an outer border. These are great, would be great for pillowcases too.
Yeah,
That I know
yes.
we kind of do those a lot because they're so popular.
We need to
put
make
these
some
together.
Pillowcase kits out of
Yeah.
those for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna hit off with the coffee.
Violet is asking what size to start. I'm not sure what.
Violet's asking what size to start.
She was referring to the roses quilt, that's why I asked what size.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If you didn't answer your question, ask again, we'll get it answered for you. So we got in some great coffee ones. I love this one.
Oh, I do too.
I think this is so fun. You know when they're doing pictures on when they're showing their commercials with coffee? This is that. That's what it reminds me of. So when you're looking at your top of your
It looks
coffee,
like
when
the
you've
top
added
of
your
the-
cream
and
and
you're
sugar.
just stirring it up, yeah.
It's just really pretty. Even if you don't like coffee, but you like the brown, this is actually a really fun brown.
It's a really nice chocolate brown. Really, really nice.
Great to do anything.
Could it be hot chocolate? Not really, huh? It's more coffee.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that darker.
And this is a new coffee one that came in. It just has all the words, coffee, 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 all over it with some coffee pots.
And we just got this, and we've already are having
Yeah,
yards gone.
It's slow.
It is already moving. Coffee fabric is so popular. So here's your beans. This is great to do those mug rugs that have become such a hit. And then there's the words. This one is tossed also, believe it or not. It actually is not directional. So I know that's always something that people, get sometimes a little flustered with. This one is non-directional,
Yeah.
which
just
is what
make it
I
work.
like. Well, it makes it easier because then you don't have to try and figure out which way to put it upside down.
Exactly.
Or accidentally put it upside down. Excuse me. We did get another line of some sunflowers, which is my favorite.
I know, you know what I did the other day? Tell me if you do this too, because I do it every spring, kind of. I was in the grocery store of all places, and
This is directional.
they come out with their packets of seeds already, right?
Yep.
We're having snowstorms, and I always buy my packets of seeds because
And then they
I
sit
don't
there.
know what. Yes, I don't know why. So I bought some packets of seeds for sunflowers
Yeah, and these are great sunflowers.
and wildflowers.
Oh, yeah.
And so I always.
We have one person.
Does anybody else do it this early? And
Not where I live, but we have one person
but
that
you
does
sit
those
there?
really, really like 9-foot tall sunflowers. That,
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, those
Yes.
are,
Yes.
those are huge. I had
Yes.
never seen them before until I moved
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Like, holy
I
cow.
love them. I'm sorry.
What?
Janelle, my sister, always does those, and it's
Oh,
funny
the
because
big ones?
we have a customer that lives like on the back side of Janelle's house, and I just remember one day she was just like, yeah, and there's always this house with massive sunflowers out in Damati, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's my sister's house, because it's like right where she was and everything.
Oh
yeah.
gosh, that's so funny. That's actually really
I
cool.
grew up with my dad growing all these sunflowers all the time, so I love sunflowers. This is a really pretty one with the blue background.
And then there's a lighter blue background, and this one has butterflies floating around inside there. And then there actually is a whole nother blender of butterflies with this
That
collection.
goes with it.
It's really pretty.
And there's the butterflies.
So you had that.
Pretty,
So you've
pretty.
got that one, and then here's just filled. See if I can do this. Just filled with sunflowers. Isn't that one beautiful? And then let me set this one down. And then just beautiful flowers themselves with the blue background. I mean, this is really pretty. I love the colors. The blue on here is gorgeous. Oh, bees.
Yes.
Oops, excuse me.
Can't have summer without having those bees.
Look like spiders.
They are bees.
They're
definitely
definitely
bees. I can almost
much more of
see-
a realistic bee on this one.
I was going to say, I can almost see the stinger on them.
Right? And we have that honey and lavender festival that comes up here. I think it's the beginning of July, after 4th of July. And it's a really great way to see all kinds of bees, all the honey that they make, different kinds of honey. It's really fun.
We can't have the bees without the honeycomb. And it's I like that this is a smaller print of the honeycomb. It's usually a larger print. And I
Well,
like
it
the
actually really
smaller
does
print.
resemble more
And
of
it
a
matches,
honeycomb.
yeah, and it matches up with the size of the bees.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Well, that's our fabric that we have for today. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? We have a new book.
People have been waiting for
Yes,
this.
you guys have been
They've
asking.
been asking for it.
So we got
We
it
got
in.
it in, and then boom, out the door. So we
We
ordered more
did.
and finally got them back in.
And here's a picture of the quilts that are part of it.
There's 8 patterns. Regular price is $18.99. You will get 15% off of everything again that we're showing today. So
Yeah.
that's $18.99 is usually, I mean, one pattern is usually going up to $10,
$10,
to
$12.
$12.99
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So that's a really great price for
And these
the-
are finishing just a little bit bigger than their original 3-yard kits, or excuse me,
I was going to
quilts.
say, if you were familiar with the 3-yard quilt kits, they are now doing 5-yard quilts.
Yeah, and so like one in here finishes 50 by 70. This one's 52 by 68. So they are a little bit larger than the other ones.
Instructions to make it a king queen.
Yes, they do
Oh.
have instructions if you want to make it larger. It tells you exactly how much more fabric
Yeah,
you need to
Carrie
buy.
just says it has instructions to make a king queen on, and I
So-
didn't realize that. I hadn't read through that.
Yeah, well, they actually have it on their other patterns too, where you can
Yes.
make them a little bit bigger.
Yes,
We
yes,
just do
they
the
do.
kits, but now you can just get exactly what you need for your 5-yarder. So we have
And
those.
if you need help picking out your 5 pieces of fabric to make it look, because you do have to go between lights and darks. You can't have it
Like
too,
this one,
too
just
blendy.
to give you a picture, you can see where you've got
and
the
we can always
colors.
help you with that.
Absolutely. And we have
We
we have
make
beautiful
up a-
fabrics
yeah.
to choose from, which you all know that anyway.
Yeah,
So I'm not
yes.
telling anybody anything secret.
All right, so
what do you have
another
there?
thing we're doing today is we have some kits. Well, we have store samples, I guess, shop samples.
Ah,
of
there
what
you
we
go.
have. And
What is this
and they're all going to be 15% off. Some of them, like this one. This one started out, let's make sure I got these priced correctly, Carrie. This one started out at $54.99. We marked it down to $29.99, but they're going to get another 15% off of that today, right?
Wow.
So this is, I know Valentine's Day is in 2 days.
Right?
But you know what? Valentine comes every year. This is a
Well,
perfect
and
one to put
February
out.
is Valentine's, so I mean, you can have it up for the whole month of February.
And we have this one at 20 inches by 65 inches, so a nice long one.
Perfect.
I almost looked at it as a little bed runner at the end of a little, you know.
Oh, that's
a
true. Yes,
bed.
you could be. So you have another one here. So is oh, here we go. Another table runner, or you know, the end of a bed. I'll let you read that one.
And this one started out at $49.99. Now it's at $29.99 plus your
And you'll get
15%
15%
off
off.
today. And it is at 22 by 61 in length.
And we
So
won't tell
another good
anybody
long
you
one.
didn't make it.
No. Oh,
That's our
absolutely
secret.
not. Yes.
Between you
yes.
and us. You don't have to tell anybody. So last Valentine one. Got the tag.
Yeah, I think Carrie was eyeballing this one
This is
yesterday.
cute. Oh, here it is. Here's the tag. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of looking at the fabric too. Those
They all coordinate.
They all coordinate.
they
yeah.
all coordinate.
So you could
yes.
have one for your bed, one for your table, and
A
one
wall
for a wall hanging
This could be
or
a wall
your couch.
hanging or a table topper. Yeah.
You lay it over your chair.
And it is.
So it is 39 by 39,
And it is
$54.99.
And it
And then you get
is
20% off.
15%
Or 15,
off.
15% off. Sorry.
Yeah. And all our shop samples are usually no discounts. So this is,
If you're watching us, you get to be in the know.
and we have two more. This fabric actually, the name of this is called Bunny in the Middle. It did not come in as Easter fabric, but it definitely
It kinda
could
reads.
be. I see
It's
this as a
cute.
really cute a child's blanket.
A crib. This
Yeah.
this is a perfect size for a crib quilt. And we did sell this
I don't
kit
know if-
really fast when we did this. This one
yes.
was gone quick.
This, oh, I don't know if you can see that. The center block has the bunny in it. Am I in the right spot, Jared? Okay. That's why it's called Bunny in the Middle.
And it's cute.
It is an orange and a gray, but it's a very subtle. Oh,
Well-
and the bunny's on the border.
Yeah, on the border. It's
Oh my gosh, so cute. And the quilting on it, I don't know if you can see that or just little flowers.
Just little flowers.
Yes.
It's very sweet. And it's definitely, I mean, this can be for a boy or a girl because it's not
And this,
or blue.
yes, and it could be an Easter decoration. Definitely.
Now this one,
This fabric
this
flew out.
flew out the door. The
fabric.
quilt, I couldn't even,
And the kit, then we have
oh my
it.
gosh, yeah, we couldn't get this one. I
we
couldn't make
have-
it fast enough as I was cutting it. People were literally snatching it.
Oh, I put it on the front, the little tag. This one is a 56 by 45, and it's $75.99.
It's beautiful. So pretty.
Not, yeah, the fabric just left us really fast.
did.
And that was, and
That was when I first
then the
started.
kit did also.
Yep, the kits were gone.
Yes.
So there you go. So we've got some samples for you. They're beautiful. They're finished, ready to go to have a loving home.
Yes. All right, so that's what we have for today. We're
Well,
going to
with
be
us.
going to Jared next, but we want to let you know Elaine's having her surgery. Finally.
That's right, because in December I had to have
Tomorrow,
it canceled. So yeah, I will be
During
gone.
the snowstorm,
Yeah,
right?
I'll be laid up. So today's my last day. I want to thank you, everybody. I know you guys have been so sweet and so kind to
She's going to be
say
gone,
something to me.
What, 6 to 8 weeks?
About that, yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
sooner. We'll see.
Yeah, so I'll have some guests with me.
So now I will have straight legs.
Yes, yeah. Her first surgery did wonderful on her other knee, so hoping the same.
This one
for
I have no doubt, no problems.
How many of you have had knee surgery? A lot of people
Knee
come in-
replacement, yeah.
Or hips also. It's amazing how many people have. So.
Right? So,
All right,
So
so-
I will see you guys sometime in end of March. April-ish, just depends. But yeah, I will see you guys later. So everybody
All
have
right.
a wonderful day.
And
Thank you
gonna-
so much.
Yes, we'll head over to Jared right now. He has some stuff for us also. Bye. All right, thanks.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. I don't think I really have any announcements, other than I'm excited for snow.
And it's Valentine's Day.
Yes, and Valentine's Day, but yes,
Did you
I'm
do
very
anything
excited for the
special
snow.
for Valentine's Day? Well, you said you like
Special
those-
other than what?
Well, I don't know.
Because I feel like, I don't know, is dinner and flowers special, or is that normal?
I guess it
I don't know.
depends on who you are.
It's true. I don't know, yeah. But yeah, so I'm very excited for the snow because I love the snow. I just remember, what was that, 2 years ago when we had that ridiculous year? And I just remember going down because my wife and I love to ski. And we were down in Mammoth and you couldn't even, you were driving down the road and you would just like see a peephole of a garage door and you're just like, what in the world? It was wild.
Not this year.
Not this year, unfortunately. But no, today I have, good morning, Violet. How are you doing? I have some information about some awesome entry-level and or travel embroidery machines that are great for people that want to jump into that world of embroidery, keep the sewing side, or if they've got that awesome top of the line at home, but it's just too stinking big
Big to
to
carry.
take to class.
Yeah.
So, some really good options from Viking, Baby Lock, and Janome. Or not Janome, I'm sorry. Bernina.
There you go.
Yes, I carry Pfaff and Janome,
Yes, we carry 'em all.
but Viking,
carry 'em all.
Baby Lock, and Bernina have
we're
some
talking
really
about
good
today.
machines
Yeah.
at this price point and the features that you get inside of these. And I'll kind of explain that a little bit more as we go along too. So, just to kind of quickly go through the machines that I'm going to talk about are going to be first off the Topaz 40, Viking Topaz 40 right here. Next up is going to be the Viking Topaz 50, which is just the big sister of the Topaz 40 there. And then from Baby Lock, we have the Baby Lock Vesta. And then from Bernina, we have the Bernette B79. So all of these are really, really, really great entry-level embroidery machines. Now, when you're buying an embroidery machine, what is the most important thing about what you're spending that
Well-
money on?
Well, to me, is hoop size.
Yep.
Is always something you want to look at.
Yes, hoop size is everything in embroidery machines. I think it goes kind of without saying that you see as you spend more money in a sewing machine, they get bigger, right?
For space,
Yeah, and it's the
And
same.
that's important for
Yeah.
quilters.
It's the exact same thing in embroidery as well too. The more money you spend, the bigger hoop you are going to get.
And bigger throat size. Also.
Yes. Now, I will absolutely say we definitely have machines that are below these in the lineup. But I'm not talking about them today because what I'm talking about today are machines that you really start to get a respectable hoop size in, right? And I call that hoop size respectable when you get to 6x10, okay?
Yeah.
So anything below 6x10, like there is one in the Baby Lock line that's good. There's a couple that are lower. One in the Baby Lock line is called the Bloom, and it gives you a 5x7, which is a respectable
Yes,
hoop size.
it is.
It
You
gives
can
you
do a lot
lots of
with a
stuff with that. A lot of quilt labels. You could even do quilt labels with the 4x4. But it's when you get to that 6x10, what I mean by respectable is you're able to do probably, 90% of the designs that are out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have some bigger, like in the hoop projects that you might not be able to do, or
But we also have though, and I know I'm going off topic for this side, but even the smaller ones, if you're a quilter, it's like, why does every quilter need an embroidery machine?
that's true.
You can go and you can make your labels, like Jared just said,
Yeah.
and put on the back, and you can do a lot of small things with a smaller one. But that's
It
one
would
of
be
our,
cool
why
if-
does every quilter need an embroidery machine?
It'd be cool if they
To make
made
those
one of
labels.
those. What we're talking about is the, man, I'm blanking on all my names today. It's the entry Baby Lock that has a 4x4 hoop, not the Verve. The Verve was prior to it. I'll think of it and I'll pop into my head.
You know, harmonies too.
But that would be really cool if they made an embroidery only version of that one. Save a couple more bucks, but
Yeah.
oh well. But yeah, it's still, even that, it's still a great machine to, because you have the sewing side of it as well too. So it's a really great quilting machine to take to class also. And then you have, like Linda was talking about, that ability to make those quilt labels.
Yes.
Yeah. So back to the 6x10. 6x10 is where you start to get really respectable, and like you can start to do larger projects. Again, probably 90% of the makers out there, you know, Floriani, OESD, Hoop Sisters, all that stuff. Kimberbell.
Yeah.
You can do probably 95% of those designs that are out there on the market in a 6x10 hoop. So that's where it really starts to get really useful. And you don't have a massive sewing machine, right? So, because obviously the bigger hoop you get, the bigger machine we're going. But
Yeah.
again, we're trying to keep on that kind of travel side as well too. So I'll kind of start off with the hoop sizes of each machine. So 3 of them are going to have the same size hoop size, which is pretty nice. The Topaz 50 is a little bit of a step up, and I'll just say that kind of right now. But it's still, because of that price point, a really good machine to have in this conversation. So the first machine that we talked about is the Topaz 40. So Topaz 40, the largest hoop, and all of these come with this hoop as well too. You don't have to buy it extra. I know back in the day, you'd have to buy the biggest hoop, or or buy the additional hoops, but all of these come with that biggest hoop. So the Topaz 40, the biggest hoop that comes with it is going to be the 6x10. So again, really respectable. And you can start to do larger designs. The only stuff that you're going to have run into issues if you want to do like the back of a sweatshirt, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can do all the tiling scenes, everything, right? And then going into the Topaz 50, the big sister, the big brother there, the Topaz 40, you get up to, and this is crazy, I didn't realize this until yesterday because I thought it was just one size up, but this is a huge hoop, and it's an 8x14. That is a massive hoop. That, I mean, just comparison, if you were to go to Baby Lock and wanted an 8x14 hoop, you would be buying a machine that's almost twice the price of what the Topaz 50 is. And that's why we have the Topaz 50 in this conversation, because it's crazy what you get with that machine. And then the next one up is the Baby Lock Vesta. So the Vesta, we come with a 6x10 hoop. Again, that main size hoop that we're talking about. And then, of course, over on Bernina, we have the B79, which also comes in at that 6x10 hoop. So as you can see, as we go across all of these machines, none of them are huge. The Topaz 40, if you guys are familiar with the Sapphire line, it's the same frame as the Sapphire line. You get probably about a 10-inch throat space in this guy, maybe just a smidge under 10 inches. So you're getting a really respectable sewing machine and throat space. All of these are combination machines, sewing and embroidery, right? So with that Topaz 50, you're getting a really big throat size to be able to, I mean, I have a lot of people that have the Sapphire as their main machine.
Yes.
So it's great. And even the next 2 machines above the Topaz 50, an embroidery side, they have the same throat space. It's not the same frame, but it's the same throat space. So it's awesome. You get that really big, and again, that's why we brought Topaz 50 into this conversation.
For sewing and embroidery.
Yeah. Topaz 40, you have a little bit smaller frame on there. So you only get probably about 8 inches, maybe a little bit over 8 inches on that throat space, but a very respectable machine. Very easy to carry, very easy to take to class, whether you're doing sewing or embroidery. Baby Lock Vesta has the same frame as your Presto, Lyric, Soprano, Brilliant. So that mid-size sewing machine before you jump up to their big throat space machines. So this one has probably about 8.5 inches of throat space. And then the B79 also probably right around that 8 inches of throat space. Now all of these have some great features on them, like they all have speed control and sewing. automatic presser feet, automatic tensions. So you do have some great features on there that on the sewing side that also kind of carry over.
Auto tensions are wonderful.
Yeah, auto tensions are great. And a lot of people don't understand necessarily what auto tensions are. I know we're talking kind of more on the embroidery side, but talk about sewing really quickly. Auto tensions are really nice because it adjusts your tensions based off of you changing your stitch also, okay? So not only if you go from stitch A to stitch B, it's gonna say, oh, I need to change this tension a little bit, right? But when you're doing, don't you have to change your tensions when you go to a satin stitch?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So a sewing machine, like for example, if you're doing with automatic tensions, if you're doing a zigzag, and if I make that zigzag really wide and then I tighten up that stitch length, make it short stitch length, the machine knows what you're doing and it's automatically going to adjust that tension as well
It's not
too.
going to bunch up like
Exactly.
they can.
Yeah.
do.
So those automatic tensions are really nice. And some of these machines also have fabric sensing systems, so it's going to read whether I have, this pen underneath there, or if I have a penny underneath that foot as well too. So that way, when I'm sewing over my fabric, whether it's a thick fabric, I guess the great explanation I always say is if you're hemming your pants, and when you get to the seam in your pants, you got like 8 layers of fabric.
Big hump.
Yes.
Big hump.
So when you get to that, the presser foot is obviously higher up, and the machine sees that, so it says, oh, I need to let out a little bit more thread, so it loosens your tensions just a little bit to give you that quality stitch again.
And not all machines do this.
Not all machines do that. So it's really good to have that presser foot sensor in there as well too. Topaz 40, I don't believe has that, but Topaz 50 does. The Bernina and the Baby Lock both have that as well too. So, did I go over hoop size on all of them? Yeah, because then I went over throat size. So all of them have a needle threader, but the one upside on the Baby Lock Vesta is it has an upgraded needle threader on there. And I think the easiest way to explain that is, so how sewing machines, it's those top of the line sewing machines, you'll see people, they'll thread it and then they'll just touch the button and just, whereas a lot of other sewing machines, you have to hold it down with your finger, come across the needle, so on and so forth. So the Vesta is more like that automatic needle threader than it is the manual needle threader, because it is manual because you have to press on the side. If you guys see this little tab on the top left of the sewing head there, but it's the same mechanism as what is in the automatic needle threader. And what is great about that is it takes us, the human, out of the equation. So it's because what we see is on the needle threaders where you have to hold it down, people get a little aggressive or unaggressive.
Don't have the needle at the right height.
Exactly.
It has to be an exact height.
Yes, so it's kind of a foolproof way. We see those needle threaders last a little bit longer because we're just we're out of the equation.
The human cannot mess it up.
Exactly. So going on, comparing the built-in stitches and the built-in designs, Topaz 40 has 208 stitches, sewing stitches built in, 150 designs. Topaz 50 has 261 stitches, 159 designs, so relatively similar on the designs, but a few more stitches on the sewing side. Going into the Vesta, you get a whole lot more designs, so you get 301
A lot of
stitches.
people don't look at their designs that their machine comes with.
Yeah.
And if you have
And
an
alphabets.
embroidery machine, look at those designs. There's a
Yeah.
lot of fun designs.
There are. So 301 stitches on the Vesta, and then 293 built-in designs. So almost double what you get on the Topaz 40 or Topaz 50 for the built-in designs. And then going into the Bernina, you've got more than double the stitches and quite a few designs. You have 500 built-in stitches. Bernina has always been pretty good at having lots of stitches. And then on the designs, you have 208 built-in designs. So just really, really good. And all these machines are probably, if I had to guess, right around 20 pounds, maybe a little less than 20 pounds. So they're very easy for that transportation to class and just your entry, and we're getting into the price. So
Yeah.
it'll be the reason as to why they're great entry embroidery machines as well too. So getting into the pricing, Topaz 40, MSRP on that is $35.99. Sale price is $21.99. So getting a 6x10 and Topaz 40 for, actually the B79 has a great price on that too. I'll take that back. Topaz 40 and B79, hands down, are the winner for price for hoop size. It's crazy. Well, except for the Topaz 50, I guess you get that
There we
crazy
go.
big hoop. And then the Vesta, 'cause we'll just go with all the same size hoops right now. So Topaz 40, sale price of $21.99. The Vesta is normally $59.99. Sale price on it is $29.99, but this month there's actually even a little bit more sale price because it is $26.99. So $300 off of that one. And then
Great Valentine's present.
yes, great Valentine's present. And then going to the Bernina B79. Again, that 6x10 hoop. MSRP on it is $26.79, and sale price on that is $19.99. So it is a little bit cheaper than the Topaz is over on the other side. But you get that 6x10 hoop, and that's a screaming deal for a entry-level embroidery machine to get a respectable hoop size.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like a comparison to the Vesta, the Soprano is the closest sewing-only version of of sewing machine to the Vesta. The sale price on that is $24.99. So adding embroidery on right now for $200, that's kind of a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. Why would you not?
Why would
get
you
it?
not get it? Yeah. Then going over to the Topaz 50, which has that monstrous 8x14 hoop. MSRP on it, and keep in mind this is going to be higher, is $43.99, and sale price on it is $33.49. So for $33.49, you get an 8x14 hoop, where if I went to any other brand, like if I went to Pfaff and got an 8x14 hoop, I'd be spending almost double the money. If I went to Bernina and got that hoop, I would be spending double the money. Baby Lock, I'd be spending double the money. So it's just crazy that you get that 8x14 hoop for that price in the Viking there. So absolutely, if you go to that same size hoop in those other machines, you're going to get more features on the machine itself. Topaz 50 is a little bit
That's why we
stripped
like
down a
having
little
so many
bit.
brands, is because
Yeah.
we have so many choices for you. There.
Yeah, and that's why we like to ask you those questions when you come in, and
Yeah.
we steer you to
Yeah.
what's going to be the best one we think for you. So some crazy good pricing on those. So if you have any questions, our phone numbers are down there at the bottom.
Well, the other thing I want to say, if you buy, your machines from us, you have free lessons for as long as you own those machines. So if you need to come in and retake a lesson, and we're always available for any questions that you have. But that's one of the biggest benefits that we're here to support you.
Absolutely.
And we have our Beninas down in Carson City.
Yep.
And they're all trained and ready to give lessons down there. And same thing, if you need repeat
Yeah.
lessons, they're free as long as you own that machine.
And that B79, we have it on the floor right now. You can go down and look at it. It's a cool machine. I like it. But that is all that I have today, unless you wanted to add anything about those machines.
If you have any more questions, were there any questions at all about the machines? If you
No.
have any questions,
I don't think so.
call us, come in. A lot of these machines are shippable, right?
Every single one of these machines are shippable.
That he talked about today.
Yes.
So if you're across the country and you're interested,
Give us a holler.
we can make it work for you.
Absolutely. But that is it for us this week. I hope to get,
Free shipping over $100, right?
yeah, free shipping
then
over
you get free
$100.
You get free shipping on them also.
Yes. But that is it for us this week. I hope to absolutely get snowed in tomorrow, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our videos, and make sure all your friends know about it. Otherwise, we will see you next week.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. See ya.